Hi Professor, Jack here. I'd like to give you a quick demo of my final project. Sitting here on my desktop, I have a file called demodata.csv. And in this file, I have some environmental data that I'd like to generate a contour plot for. The first two columns are the XY coordinates of each of my sampling points. And the third column is the value of an environmental parameter that we measured at each of those points. This could be anything really, but in practice it would often be the groundwater table elevation or the concentration of a certain contaminant in the groundwater or soil. And the fourth column is just the name of each of these sampling points. MW here stands for monitoring well, but you could call this anything you want. I'll open up the piece of software I wrote. I'm calling it the environmental contour tool, pretty self-explanatory. When you first open it, the user sees a GUI and it opens up a help about page up here at the top with instructions on how to use the program, contact information, and licensing information. I hope to eventually release this software as a freely available open source tool. I'll show you how this is used. I'll hit the load button here to load the CSV file, and it opens up a standard open file dialog box. Open a file anywhere on my system, but I'll stay on my desktop for now. I'll open that file. That loads this data. The next step is to select what kind of variogram you'd like to use. This software uses a process called kriging to generate the contour plot. And we have 5 different options here for what kind of variogram you'd like to use for the kriging process. I'll keep it at linear for now, and I'll hit the Generate Plot button. This generates and displays a plot, a contour plot, on the contour plot page up here at the top. Each of these contours corresponds to the environmental parameter that we measured, and each of these blue dots here corresponds to each of our sampling points at these XY coordinates. Now, if we wanted to share these results with someone else, we have a couple options for doing so. The first is to export this plot as an image. So I'll hit this image button, and this opens up a standard save file dialog box. I'll call it image and save it to my desktop. Give it a second to work. And it saves a PNG image file of this exact plot that you could send in an email, share very easily. The next exporting option is to save this as an AutoCAD script file. I'll save the file and show you how it's used. So I'll hit this AutoCAD script button. Same process as before. I'll call this script. And that saves a .scr file. .scr files are AutoCAD script files. I'll open up AutoCAD and open up the script file I just generated. And that automatically redraws this contour plot here. This is useful in, say, for example, you wanted to produce a report and modify this contour plot in any way.